The Singapore government will be engaging with businesses, unions and workers to better understand how they might be affected by the latest 15% global tariff hike by US President Donald Trump. Deputy Prime Minister Gan Yong says the government is prepared to provide additional support if necessary. Chok files this report.
After the U.S. Supreme Court threw out the previous so-called Liberation Day taxes on 20th February, U.S. President Donald Trump railed back under a different provision of the trade law, imposing a 10% global tariff on all imports, and raised it to 15% a day later. Certain goods like pharmaceuticals and semiconductors are excluded from this duty. While Washington has yet to release more details on implementation, Singapore Deputy Prime Minister Gan Yong says the Southeast Asian state is likely to be affected.
It's a stark reminder to all of us that we are now facing a very unpredictable and uncertain operating environment. How the new tariffs are going to be implemented is yet to be announced, and how countries around the world will respond is also still unknown. And it is important for us to continue to remind ourselves we need to prepare for the long term, and this is the new world that we are facing.
Mr. Gan notes that the new levy translates to higher costs globally, which could slow down future investments and make it harder to do business. The focus now, he says, is to help Singaporeans navigate the situation. Mr. Gan says this will be done through engagement with businesses, unions and workers to get feedback on how they might be affected. That's because firms may experience different impacts and may not be armed with the same capability to respond. Mr. Gan adds that while recent budget announcements may help firms weather the storm in the short term, it's still critical to look forward and find ways to stay ahead.
We need to chart our direction to make sure that Singapore will continue to be competitive and our economic structure will be resilient so that we are able to withstand these shocks from the external factors, so that we are able to continue to operate, find our niches, find our position in the world, to strengthen our competitive advantage as a hub business with our leverage on our connectivity, our well-trained workforce, highly competitive and productive workforce, and these are our key selling points.
Mr. Gan says the Singapore government will be engaging with the Trump administration to get more clarity on the latest round of US tariffs. But he cautioned against the thinking that Singapore will be free of the tariffs when the temporary duty ends after 5 months.
It will be unproductive for us to assume that we are going to get out of this tariff structure anytime soon. It's better for us to accept the fact that we are going to have to live with this uncertain world going forward. Sometimes you may think that you have a certain advantage because your tariffs are lower, and sometimes you may face more challenges because tariffs suddenly become higher for you. And it is something that we just have to continue to live with and find our way forward to strengthen our economy and to continue to create opportunities for Singapore and Singaporeans.
For now, Mr. Gan says the Singapore government is monitoring the situation closely to see how it develops, including issues such as potential exemptions, time limit, and processes for tariff refunds, if any. It will also work with industry partners to provide timely information to firms.